Thank you for watching the video on adding inventory for retail sale. Please note, if you have not already watched the video on adding indexes, it is important that you watch that first because indexes must be added prior to adding inventory. So, adding inventory. Once all of our indexes are in for our vendors, manufacturers, and categories, we can select the Large Inventory button from the main menu, and that brings up our Inventory Add window. First thing we do, select New SKU, and that will bring up our next available SKU number in sequence. Every SKU number in the software ends with a 0. The 0 is a placeholder. Whether you have 5 or 500 vendors in your system, you can have up to 9 vendors on a single product. That 0, therefore, is a placeholder. When you select New SKU for the very first time, your first product number will be 10. It is not a 10. You didn't skip the first 9. It is 10. So after selecting New SKU and getting your next SKU in sequence, you select Retail. Then the product description. In this case, I'm going to say that this is the UV70 skin cream. Next, our manufacturer. In this case, we're going to go with California Supplies. I'm sorry, Marina Cosmetics, our manufacturer that we just added in our last video. And our category, UV protection. Our UPC code. If you are using a barcode scanner, this is where you would scan the barcode that is already on your product. If you are using a barcode scanner but your product does not have a barcode, copy the SKU number into the UPC code field. The software can actually generate barcode labels for you that you could then stick on your product. If you are not using a barcode scanner and do not plan on using a barcode scanner in the future, you can skip the UPC code field. Minimums and maximums. Minimums is the fewest amount of this product that you would want to have before you know you need to order more. Normally your shelf presence. Let's say 3. Your maximum. This would be the largest number of this product that you think that you would ever normally buy from your vendor, excuse me. And let's say 25. List price you may skip. However, the list price is your manufacturer's suggested retail price. So for your information, it is the MSRP. Sell price you must not skip. This is what you are actually going to charge your customers. We'll say $26. We're done with this top half. We can now move on to the bottom. This is where we get to select our vendor, like California Supplies. Our cost price, normally about 100% markup, so I'm going to say our cost is $13. Best price and best quantity. Your representative at California Supplies has told you that if you bought 100 or more of these at one time, they would actually sell them to you for $10 each. Now, normally you don't buy more than 25, but it's a good thing to know if you buy in bulk. My best price, therefore, would be the $10 that my representative told me, and my best quantity would be the 100 that he told me. This is important because when you create a purchase order, if you were to order 99 or fewer, it would reflect $13 per item. However, if you were to order 100 or more, it would automatically change the price for you. Order in quantities of. We recommend that you leave this as a 0. By leaving it as a 0, you can order your product in any quantity you'd like. Order 1, order 9, order 7, order 77. It doesn't matter. However, sometimes a vendor only sells a product in packages, perhaps a package of 3 or a package of 5. If that's the case, you would do something like this. Order in quantities of 3 perhaps. Then you couldn't buy 1 or 4 or 7, but you could buy 3, 6, 9, 12. In other words, multiples of 3. They only sell it in 5 packs? Then put a 5 in there and have multiples of 5, 5, 10, 15, etc. We recommend, again, leaving it at 0 so you can order in any quantity you want unless the vendor has told you otherwise. Next is the vendor order number. This is your vendor's SKU number. You may not have this information, and you can feel free to skip it if you'd like. However, if your vendor has in fact given you their SKU numbers for their products, we recommend that you put it in here. This way you can use it in your purchase order to make sure that your vendor knows precisely what it is you're trying to order. Last ordered and on PO number are unnecessary. They fill themselves in. When you create a purchase order for this product, the last order date will appear here, and the purchase order number that you ordered it on will appear here. Next, we have our beginning quantity. This is our physical count. Count exactly how many UV70 skin creams you have at this moment. Perhaps you have 9. Enter. After typing in the number 9 under beginning quantity, we hit enter, and by doing so, the number 9 will now appear in our ending quantity on hand. Don't concern yourself with these 4 numbers. They will take care of themselves. For instance, sold. If I sold one, this would become a -1. This number would become an 8. My beginning quantity would remain a 9. But my ending quantity would now be an 8. Sell another, 9, -2, 7. However, when you do a purchase order for this product and those boxes come in, you check your packing slip and yes, everything is right, you can accept that PO and it will automatically update your quantities. Perhaps you ordered 10 of these. Beginning quantity was 9. Received, therefore, would be 10, and your ending quantity on hand would be 19 unless there had been sales. Merchandise returns will adjust themselves when you do merchandise returns at the point of sale, which you will learn about during our point of sale video. And adjusted. If you did a physical count 6 months later and found out you had 8 and the system believes you have 9, you can simply change this ending quantity on hand number and the adjusted will then reflect that. So again, after putting in your beginning quantity and hitting enter, you are now ready to press save. And that product is now in your system and ready to be sold from your point of sale. Thank you for watching the Adding Inventory video.